Welcome to the Your Security Business podcast, your go-to resource for ways to run your security business with increased productivity and less stress. I'm Rudo Robinson. In today's episode, we're diving into a topic that's fundamental to running a successful security business: understanding the difference between efficiency and effectiveness. Let's start by defining terms. Efficiency is all about doing things in the most economical and least wasteful way possible. It's all about optimizing resources like time, money, and effort to achieve a desired outcome. On the other hand, effectiveness is about achieving the intended or desired result. It's about accomplishing goals and objectives in a way that produces the desired income. You may find yourself asking, why is it important for business owners to understand the difference between efficiency and effectiveness? Here's the thing. While efficiency focuses on how well you do things, effectiveness focuses on whether or not you're doing the right things.
Facts.
And striking the right balance between the two is key to running a successful business. One common pitfall that many business owners fall into is the trap of overemphasizing efficiency at the expense of effectiveness. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day tasks and lose sight of the bigger picture. Here's the challenge. If you're hyper-focused on efficiency without considering whether you're achieving your goals, you could end up spinning your wheels and wasting valuable time and resources. Efficiency without effectiveness is a waste of time.
Facts.
Imagine you are an expert swimmer stranded in the ocean. As an expert swimmer, you know how to swim with perfect form. Your arms and body are moving in a way that allows you to travel the longest distance with the least effort. You're a portrait of efficiency. All of those skills are absolutely useless if you are swimming in the wrong direction. Swimming the perfect form is efficient. Swimming in the right direction is effective. Each is important in their own way. You can swim in the right direction, but if you don't know how to swim, you will still drown. When to focus on efficiency versus effectiveness? It comes down to context. There are times when efficiency should be your top priority. For example, when you're dealing with repetitive tasks or working with limited resources. There are also times when effectiveness should take precedent, like when you're making strategic decisions or setting long-term goals for your business. The key is striking a balance between the two. To be efficient in how you execute your day-to-day task, but also be effective in how you allocate your time and resources to achieve your broader objectives. Remember, being effective doesn't always mean being efficient and vice versa. Sometimes achieving your goals may require investing more time or resources up front. That investment of additional time and resources is technically not efficient, but it's necessary, so you need to do it. To illustrate this point, let me share a quick story from my own experience. I will start by saying I despise written reports. They tend to be incomplete, hard to read, and even harder to save and distribute to all concerned parties. Since you can't edit them, we're forced to accept whatever nonsense the security officer wrote. This usually results in miscommunication and most often a complete lack of clarity. I'm convinced that handwritten reports are the tools of the devil. As a result, when we're running our security business, we search for software that could eliminate handwritten reports. We found this seemingly great piece of software that we were going to use that involved patrol tracking and reporting. It appeared to be a game changer. Officers could create their reports in a mobile app. The system would categorize the message, even had the capabilities of sending the report to the right people within our organization. We also could configure it to allow a supervisor to review and edit the reports before they were distributed to the client. What could be better than that? It was amazing. There was only one problem. The software was so hard to use that half of our officers couldn't figure out how to use it, even after they went through training multiple times by us and the vendor. The worst part was that we wanted everyone to move to the app, so we removed written reports from the sites. As a result, we went from getting handwritten reports that we could do very little with to barely getting any reports at all because the officers didn't feel comfortable creating it in the app. The software was efficient at creating and delivering reports. However, the difficulty using it made it ineffective. Now that we've discussed the importance of understanding the difference between efficiency and effectiveness, let's take a moment to explore some key questions that security business owners should ask themselves to ensure they're striking the right balance. Reflecting on these questions can provide valuable insights into how to optimize operations and achieve meaningful outcomes. Grab a pen and paper or simply take a mental note as we delve into these critical considerations. Are we achieving our desired goals and objectives? This question focuses on effectiveness. Take a moment to assess whether your business is making tangible progress towards its overarching goals. Consider the outcomes you're striving to achieve and whether your current strategies and actions are aligned with those objectives. Are we using our resources optimally? This question pertains to efficiency. Evaluate how efficiently you're utilizing resources such as time, money, and manpower within your organization. Are there any areas where resources are being underutilized or wasted? Identifying inefficiencies can help streamline operations and maximize productivity. Are we prioritizing activities that are directly contribute to our business goals? This question emphasizes effectiveness. Take a closer look at the effectiveness and tasks your team are engaged in. Are they directly contributing to the achievement of your business goals, or are they simply keeping you busy or creating work in order to create more work, which is quite common nowadays? By focusing on activities that drive meaningful outcomes, you can enhance your overall effectiveness. Are we fostering a culture of innovation and adaptability? Again, this question relates to effectiveness. Consider whether your organization encourages creativity, innovation, and adaptability among employees. Some security people make the mistake of thinking that innovation is just for people that sell software or IT companies. This isn't the case. Security officers out there in the field are a great source of coming up with better ways to do things because they're out there in the field every day doing the job. Don't ignore or underestimate their ability to come up with a better way to do something. Embracing change and exploring new approaches are essentials for staying ahead in today's dynamic, ever-changing business landscape. Are our clients or stakeholders satisfied with the services we provide? This final question centers on effectiveness as well. Take the time to gather feedback from clients and stakeholders and assess their satisfaction levels with what you're providing. Building strong relationships based on trust and delivering value are key indicators of an effective business.
Facts.
As you reflect on these questions, remember that achieving the right balance between efficiency and effectiveness is an ongoing process. By regularly evaluating strategies, processes, and priorities through the lens of both efficiency and effectiveness, you can position your security business for long-term success. And at the beginning of this episode, I mentioned to you that business owners tend to focus solely on being efficient and ignore being effective. This can be the kiss of death for your business. So how do you know when your business is efficient but not effective? Here are 7 signs that your business may be efficient but not effective. You have systems in place that are great at streamlining your business operations, but your employees and managers hate them. One of the primary goals of any service-based business is attracting and retaining staff who provide the quality service your clients require and to keep those employees for a long time. Unhappy employees do not work as well as happy ones. And eventually, unhappy employees quit or get fired. While efficiency focuses on getting more done for less, effectiveness comes into play by ensuring your team feels comfortable with the systems and find them easier to use. Number 2, focus on cost reduction at the expense of value. Some businesses may prioritize cost-cutting measures by boost efficiency. But if this effort compromises the value delivered to your customers, it's a red flag. After all, cost reduction shouldn't detract from the value proposition or customer experience. A good example of this is, let's say you're in a situation where you have security officers working for you, and you normally pay at least $3 above the minimum wage. However, in an effort to save money and reduce costs, you decide that from now on, you're not hiring people at $3 above minimum wage. You decide to pay people at minimum wage. That decision will definitely reduce your cost. However, it will have an effect on the quality of service that you're providing, which diminishes the value that you receive. As a result, those kind of changes are oftentimes efficient, but not very effective at getting things done, because ultimately the service quality is going to decline, which means that you're not going to accomplish your ultimate goal, which is to attract and retain the right people, or provide those services to customers that are happy with it, and keep your services over the long course of time. Sign number 3, lack of innovation and adaptability. An efficient business might become complacent, sticking to established processes and routines and never looking at something new. Keep in mind, I do not believe that you should fall victim to the idea of the day syndrome, where every other day you're looking at some new thing that's going to do some amazing thing, and you spend so much time on research that you don't get anything done. Not talking about that. What I'm talking about is the idea to stay on top of things from an innovative perspective, an adaptability perspective, and taking that type of eye to your business. Without a focus on effectiveness, it risks stagnation and an inability to innovate or adapt to the changing market dynamics. Not adapting, not focusing on innovation is a recipe for disaster. Number 4, disconnection from customers' needs. Imagine a business optimizing internal processes without considering the evolving customer preferences. Lack of a customer-centered perspective can lead with a mismatch between what you're offering and what clients actually want. If you look at your organization and you're finding that the needs of your clients is not being closely related or considered when you're creating processes, procedures, and systems, this is going to cause a problem, because you will have efficient systems, but they will be ineffective because your clients won't like them. It will not solve their problems, which means they're really a waste of time. Number 5, short-term gains with long-term negative consequences. Sometimes efficiency-driven decisions prioritize immediate gains without considering their long-term impact. What seems efficient in the short term may contribute to long-term success or sustainability. An example of this is, let's say you wanted to add another service to your business. You could hire someone to do a bunch of research and study things and come up with some ideas, or you could do some of the research yourself. It is not efficient for you to do that research yourself. However, you receive a significant benefit from doing some of that research yourself, because it'll ultimately cause for you to know better and thus have longer term success. Sometimes efficiency-driven decisions prioritize immediate gains without considering their long-term impact. What seems efficient in the short term may not contribute to your long-term success or sustainability. Always pay attention to whether or not you have short-term gains that have long-term disadvantages that you haven't considered. Sign number 6, employee burnout and disengagement. In efficiency-focused environments, productivity metrics can take a precedent over employee well-being. High levels of stress, burnout, or turnover can indicate efficiency in operations, but ineffectiveness in fostering a healthy work culture. And a healthy work culture helps you prevent the cost of having to replace people so much, or even the stress of dealing with employees who aren't happy. If you're finding that your organization is having a lot of employee burnout and disengagement, that is a telltale sign of an issue where you have increased efficiency with reduced effectiveness. Number 7, inability to adapt to changing customer demands. Even if a business optimizes its operation, it may struggle to adapt to evolving customer needs or market trends. Despite internal efficiency, failing to deliver what customers value can diminish the overall effectiveness of your organization. As a result, we need to keep track of what are the customers' needs and demands and how are they changing over the course of time. And when you look at your organization and you're finding that your organization has been operating the same way for a very long time without ever taking consideration what the customer's needs are over the course of time, once again, you are in a situation where you are focusing on efficiency and not effectiveness. Remember, while efficiency streamlines process, effectiveness ensures those processes contribute to meaningful outcomes. Striking the right balance is the key to attain sustainable success in your security business. That's all for today's episodes of the Your Security Business podcast. I hope you found this discussion helpful, and I encourage you to reflect on how you can apply these insights to your own business. As always, if you have any questions or feedback or would like some additional information, please go to our website, yoursecuritybusiness.com. Once again, it's yoursecuritybusiness.com. Go into the website. It's going to give you all kinds of other helpful information, and you can also give us feedback and communicate. Do not hesitate to reach out. Until next time, stay safe and productive.